Disclaimer. The content provided in this podcast is for informational and entertainment purposes only. While we discuss topics related to mental health advice, life wisdom, and alike, the opinions expressed are personal views of the hosts and do not constitute professional, legal, or medical advice. We make no representations or warranties about the accuracy or completeness of the information discussed. Any action you take based on the information in this podcast is strictly at your own risk, and we are not liable for any losses or damages in connection with its use. Additionally, this podcast may contain discussions around addictions, substances, which are intended for adult audiences. We do not endorse any illegal activities. Please consult your local laws before engaging in any actions related to this content. By listening to this podcast, you agree that you are over the age of 18 or the age of majority in your jurisdiction and understand the terms of this disclaimer.
Welcome to the Balancing Forces podcast, where two opposites collide in the best way possible. One brings the fire,
the other keeps it chill.
But together we share life's lessons, hard-earned wisdom,
advice you can actually use.
Whether you need a fresh perspective or just a laugh, we're here to elevate your mind. So buckle up, because things are about to get real and
really funny.
Chapter 13. Who owns you? Fundamentally, what this whole conversation of stuff going on inside of you boils down to is that you're in a proxy fight, a battle for ownership of your own life. The reason you have such unrest in your soul, the reason you lack clarity over your path, the reason you feel sapped, depressed, and or anxiety-ridden, the reason the very life is being sucked out of you day in and day out is because deep down inside you actually believe that you do not own your own life. The source of conflict that is creating all of this negative energy inside of you is the grinding of the two competing belief systems against each other. One belief system begins with, I own my life. I truly am free to be who I am, do what brings me joy, say what is in my heart, become whoever or whatever I wish, and follow whatever dreams light up my soul. I am good. I am lovable. The real me matters. Every action then flows from that core belief. Yet that belief system has been quashed for the better part of your 2 or 3 or 6 decades on this earth. The competing incumbent belief systems fighting for ownership of your life and control of you is,
Mom or Dad really owns my life and I have to do what he or she wants, or she'll undermine, mock, criticize, doubt, question, or in some other way tear down my idea of me.
Or
Dad or Mom owns me and I want to make him or her happy because it hurts so much when he's unhappy with me. I am terrified of failure and his disappointment in me, so I'll just do what he wants, or I'll fight with him a lot but generally cave in the end. Or I'll just do the exact opposite of whatever he wants.
Or,
Mom and Dad have been so good to me in so many ways, so I feel horribly guilty even considering the possibility, not to mention speaking or writing it, that they screwed up or hurt me in any way.
Or,
my wife owns me because I'm afraid of her claws and wrath or her disapproval and disappointments.
Or,
my kids own me because I so want them to like me and love me, because no one really loves me and is nice to me if I don't have them.
The big question of life is simply this: who owns you? You've been taught not only to defer to someone else, but you've been taught to distrust yourself and your own voice. Thus, it's not a matter of winning the proxy battle and kicking the former owners out of your soul. It is also a matter of finally beginning to believe in your own inner voice. It's a matter of realizing they were wrong in certain things they said and did or didn't do, no matter how well intentioned they may or may not have been. It's a matter of realizing and acting on the simple truth. Only you can fully know what is best for you, and your voice, rising up from within you, can be trusted. When we're taught as children to take our life cues from someone other than our own selves, what we're being taught at an even deeper level is that the true power source for your life is outside of you, not inside of you, and anything inside of you is subordinate to external power sources and cannot be trusted. This is why it is so still common practice in America for a man to ask for the bride's father for permission to marry his daughter. Implied in the act is that she can't make decisions for herself and or needs clearance from the primary power source in her life, daddy, or from daddy who is controlled by mommy. It doesn't stop there. In many wedding services, still today, the father of the bride walks her down the aisle and then hands her off to the husband. The symbolism is a passing of power.
I brought her this far. She's your responsibility now. I trust you. You're in charge, because we all know that she can't take care of herself or be trusted with her own decisions and life.
And now, for the last decades, you have been struggling in life because you are struggling inside. The exterior is just a reflection or a gross expansion of the interior. You have an integrated life, negative interior manifesting itself in a negative exterior. You have created on the outside what runs from the inside: confusion, conflict, and a great unrest. But in the end, what is driving the outside life is the same thing driving the inside life, mainly not you. The goal, of course, is positive, authentic integration between outer and inner. Your authentic, true self is first known inside, then it is created in physical form externally in the form of perimeters, boundaries, paths, pursuits, and purposes. At the moment, though, you don't own you. You're in an ownership battle for your own life, and it's killing you, depleting you, wasting your life. You are trying to go after what you want and who you are, but you're held back by a powerful completing impulse that wants to shut down any notion of living life your way. A part of you clings to the external power source of your past and its influence over you because it's familiar and comforting. Resultingly, you're longing for an external power source to give you permission to live your life your way, as you've always done, both so you'll have more confidence in the path and so you'll forever be able to divert criticism from yourself if things go poorly, never having to truly own your life and its results. The thought of giving yourself permission and that being enough for you, i.e., the thought of living life without the comfort and security of someone else telling you what to do, is, quite frankly, scary for many reasons. The autonomy you crave is simultaneously the untethered feeling you fear and the openness to criticism you fear even more. And until you actually believe that this is your life, living in both the exhilaration and nervous fear, you will never be happy, never be free, never have peace in your soul, never feel fulfilled until the power source for your life shifts from being external to being internal. You will forever be deferring your life to others, forever distrusting your own inner voice, forever looking to others to tell you what to do with your life. Spouses, parents, partners, siblings, bosses, friends, clergy, therapists, society, and even your own children. Tragic as that can be, and I've counseled grown adults who ask their teens and even their preteen children for life advice. There will always be people quite happy to tell you how to run your life, whether in monumental or subtle ways. That can be very easy, very safe way to live your life. There's never any conflict with anyone because you do just what they say. Simple. The problem, of course, is that the conflict is inside of you. You don't wrestle with others, you wrestle with yourself. And you engage in all manner of escape activities to numb you from the internal pain or to make you feel alive from all of your numbness. As long as someone else runs your life, you're screwed because they ain't you. No other person can possibly know what is written in the code of your soul. No person can possibly know to what you have been called. For as much as others, particularly parents and spouses, want to live your life for you, we each only get one life to live, not two, one. That's it. But you're abdicating your life and power over your life to someone else. Yet the sheer terror comes from the thought of standing up and shouting to the heavens, not to mention to the person with whom you're in the proxy fight, a clear, resounding no. I have plenty of wives, spouses in my practice who tell me, but Sven, I have said no, I have stood up, I have made my voice heard, but nothing changes. My husband doesn't do anything, and my parents don't change when I stand up to them. No, I tell them, you haven't. You've stood up, but then you've sat down. You've spoken your no firmly, but then either immediately or later, you've turned your no into an okay, you're right. To truly stand up, to truly be sick of it, to finally tap the full voice of your soul's no means to stand up and not back down. It means to finally take full ownership of your life and not let anyone else tell you otherwise. You will believe he knows better than you do. You still believe, deep down, that he owns you, or at least owns more of you than you do. You still don't trust your voice above all else, and therein lies the problem. There's a great little scene from the classic movie Dances with Wolves, wherein a Civil War Union soldier, John Dunbar, who has been developing a relationship with Sioux Indians near his plains outpost, comes into their encampment to have a conversation with the medicine man. However, because of the language barrier, the medicine man is forced to employ the aid of a white woman who was taken by the Sioux as a young child and lived among them as one of them for decades since. She long ago lost the white language and in this scene struggles to rediscover it inside of her. What we learn about her identity in the medicine man's teepee is fascinating. In the scene, as the medicine man prods her to ask questions of Dunbar, yet before she can get the first question out, Dunbar interrupts. No, wait. What's your name? Pointing to himself, he says. I'm John Dunbar. John Dunbar. What's your name? Looking to the woman. She thinks deeply, trying to find the words. She then stands up and puts her hands on her hips. She gestures to him like a player in the game of charades, trying to elicit a response. Stand up? Standing? Your name's is stands? Stands? She nods, confirming his guess. She then sticks out a fist. The next word in her charade, seeing her fist, Dunbar says, Fist? Your name is Fist? Imploring him with her eyes to put the two together, she replants her feet and shakes her fists again. Stand fist? Stands with fist? He says, to her head nodding. Stands with a fist, he smiles at having broken through. Excited by their communication success, she nods affirmation. Stands with a fist, the name of her soul and spirit. Therein is the lesson for us. Until you stand with a fist for who you are, for what moves your soul, for what you need to do for you and your life, you will never be fully alive. You will always have unrest, and you will forever be owned. Until you stand and don't back down, there will be no life, no joy, no fulfillment, no peace, no true love, no true sense of you today or ever. To finally claim ownership of your life and soul demands standing with a fist until the territory of your internal and external life is finally and fully yours. Song recommendation. On this notion of ownership, there is no better song than the little known one by my all-time favorite group, Chicago. Download Feel with Horns.
How awesome is this? This is going to be the book we're going to be giving away. It is an autographed copy as well. So please stay tuned for the information on that giveaway. And thank you so much, Sven, for sending us this. I greatly appreciate it. And you are awesome. Thanks for listening. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Share this out with your friends. At the end of the series, there will be a giveaway for a copy of your own book. Thank you.